This is Charter Local Edition. My name is Brad Pomerance in the San Gabriel Valley today, but joined by a member of the Board of Supervisors in San Bernardino County. His name is Curt Hagman, and we offer a hearty congratulations to the supervisor. You were recently elected to be the chair of the Transportation Committee for the Southern California Association of Governments. That's for real, sir. That's a big honor.
Yes.
Tell us about what that means, SCAG and transportation.
Well, SCAG is the Regional Transportation Planning. So we basically take the federal and state funds and help distribute it to the county transportation authorities and try to coordinate those efforts and obviously lobby on bigger issues.
Right, and that's the key, is it's federal and state funds that you're managing.
Correct.
If a county has, for example, its own self-help tax.
That gets added to the equation, yes.
Okay, so this is an exciting time, I would presume, to be involved in transportation issues. We know in LA County, next door, they passed a self-help tax. I think San Bernardino has its own. It's a little older, but still has it. We know that the state recently passed SB 1, $52 billion worth of, it's a combination of revenue sources to fund road repairs. Wow.
Yes, we're going to have a busy next 10 years, and we have a lot of work to do. I mean, the infrastructure in California has not been maintaining with this population growth and use for many years. Some of us have been frustrated that our gas tax has not gone toward that previously. SB 1 is at least earmarked toward those improvements.
Is it? Or
supposedly is.
Okay,
yes.
the funds are dedicated.
Dedicated this time. But so was, we thought, the original gas tax.
No,
so
I hear you.
We'll see what the future brings. But yeah, there's going to be definitely revenues coming in, and we're going to plan, and we want to do some improvements. And it's not just building roads and putting potholes together.
Right.
It's building smart systems to go with it. It's very exciting where we're going with it.
But let's really dig deep, because truly there is a lot of money coming towards transportation projects. County money, now state money. If the new president has his way, I mean, he's talked a lot about infrastructure spending.
A lot of it.
And so I'm not sure if that will happen, but look, Dems and Reaps on the Hill seem bullish on this prospect. You're going to be really in the thick of this.
Yes.
And I want to get a sense, I mean, I know it's early, but do you have a sense of what the Southern California counties are thinking in terms of how to spend this new revenue for transportation?
We've been planning for a long time.
Right.
It's hard to put new freeways. I don't think you're going to see another 210 freeway anytime soon in the Los Angeles Inland Valley basin. But overpasses, exchange, keeping the trains going, keeping traffic flowing, finding those bottlenecks and figuring out ways to unleash that so the flow of traffic is going. We had a presentation from Caltrans this last week about they're doing a pilot project on the 210 on smart metering freeways. So connecting the singles and redirecting when the freeways get too full.
Can I tell you, I was in Israel last week, and they had an app that blew me away. I'm not sure if this is in the purview of SCAG, but help me out here. So the app is a parking app. So you pay for your parking on the app.
Absolutely.
And it knows where you are, but the brilliant element of it is that I believe it will notify you if your parking is coming due, and you can add money to it. So you don't have people running to have to pay for the parking. Would that be a SCAG initiative? I just thought it was amazing.
It is a Smart Cities, which I'm also
the
chair of for SCAG as well.
Okay.
So there's a lot of beautiful, wonderful technology things we can do to make people's life easier coming forward.
Right.
And it's really a revolution of technology, information age, and governments. And everything from redirecting traffic and singles coordination and to finding parking and dimming lights and monitoring waters and just a whole host of things that, we're doing some fun things in San Bernardino County. I could remotely do a building inspection now via smartphone versus a building inspector.
That could save some revenue.
It could save a lot of time in the
time and
largest
money.
county in the United States. So we're looking at ways to do medical services with cross-trainer paramedics, with the doctor viewing real-time. Telemedicine in the house. It's just a whole bunch of things to make it more efficient, more quicker, and better service for our customers.
So how do you, as the chair of this committee, wrangle in, as I'm trying to wrangle my cup, wrangle in all these different entities? Because it's one thing, San Bernardino County, but you also have LA County and Riverside County, Orange County, with a lot of competing interests, but yet, county boundaries know no lines, theoretically.
Sure. And we do all funnel the information up to SCAG, and SCAG tries to coordinate and prioritize and go back down. That's why SCAG is such an important organization because it does represent the 6 counties and all the hundreds of cities within those in Southern California. So they all have voices. We don't always, have the same priorities, but we come up with one strong voice at the end.
At the same time, you have been one of the biggest boosters of the new Ontario airport. I call it new because it's under local management now.
Correct.
Very, very exciting for the region. Is there a way to leverage the new dollars that are coming down for transportation from the state to benefit Ontario Airport?
I hope so, but not only the SB1, but also
for SB1 being the new revenues for transportation.
But also, if Trump does come through his infrastructure, he talked about building airports and such. So the Gold Line, for example, coming from Los Angeles to the airport and connecting the Inland Empire's rail and Los Angeles rail, that's the key funnel point there at Ontario International Airport. So there's a whole bunch of the planning. A lot of planning has been done, but obviously a lot of funds that are needed to actually connect the systems. Because as a resident, we drive from LA to San Bernardino, Riverside, to Orange, whatever.
Of course.
Without caring about the boundary lines, because we're trying to get from point A to point B, where we live to work and where we play. But sometimes because we do coordinate our funds by geographical locations, they don't necessarily connect the dots. This will be an opportunity for us to connect all those dots.
I want to talk about the new president. I think it's fair to say that he can hold grudges. I think. Look, I'm just a guy on television. What do I know? I don't know him personally. But he does seem to be a little angry with California and how California has interacted with him, his administration. He lost California by a very significant margin. And so while he was quite the gentleman, I guess you could say, when we had a need for disaster declarations with some recent rains, how do we make sure that California gets its fair share of new infrastructure dollars when, look, the minority leader's from California and she can be a foil of his, and the Attorney General, Javier Becerra, is a foil, and the governor is a foil, and so...
Yeah, well, we're hoping that individual projects that can take notice on his account. I actually went to D.C. myself a couple weeks ago.
Tell us about it.
To go visit my former colleagues who are in Congress and the administration to start putting some of our needs up front. I mean, regardless of the political impact, California is such an important part of the United States economy and well-being for 8/10 of the population.
I recently spoke with Congressman Ed Royce, who's a Republican representing, probably overlaps with some of your territory.
Yeah, he is.
Chair of House Foreign Affairs, and he's focused like a laser beam on transportation, very well respected and well liked by both sides of the aisle. So I'm just wondering, can we work with...
I think so. I mean, I think he will bang heads with some of our Sacramento folks.
That's okay.
And but we do have good representation. Kevin McCarthy, number 2 in Congress, is my former leader in the legislature, and he's from California as well.
Devin Nunes, you can say a lot of things about Mr. Nunes, but
he's a
look, he's a leader.
Yes,
he's a leader.
So I think we have strong voices in our congressional delegation, both sides of the aisle out there, and we have a lot of needs. And our needs not just help California, but helps the rest of the nation. We have the Los Angeles Port, Long Beach Port.
Ontario Airport.
We have our Ontario Airport coming up, so we have a lot.
All right. Because in the end, I would hope that transportation is nonpartisan, bipartisan. Because a road is a road is a road. It's not a Republican road, it's not a Democratic road. It's a road that gets people to their work.
And our goods coming in through the western coast is going to the rest of the United States.
They're not Democratic or Republican goods. His name is Curt Hagman. He is a supervisor in San Bernardino County. My name is Brad Pomerance. We're so glad you're joining us on Charter Local Edition.